Join me as I dive into the challenge of figuring out if we can actually settle on Mars by 2050. The idea of humans settling on Mars has captured our imagination for decades, but 2050 is a particularly significant target year for this endeavor. With the world's top space agencies and private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin working towards establishing a human presence on the red planet, it's essential to evaluate the feasibility of achieving this ambitious goal. When it comes to settling Mars, there are several major challenges that we need to overcome. One of the most significant hurdles is developing the necessary technology to support human life on the Martian surface. This includes creating reliable air, water, and food supplies, as well as shielding settlers from harmful radiation and extreme temperatures. Another significant challenge is securing the massive funding required to support a human settlement on Mars. Establishing a human presence on the red planet will require billions of dollars in investments, and it's unclear whether governments and private investors will be willing to foot the bill. Furthermore, humans are adapted to living in a very specific environment on Earth, and the Martian environment is radically different. The planet's atmosphere is too thin to support liquid water, and the gravity is only about 1/3 of what we experience on our home planet. This raises serious concerns about how humans will adapt to these conditions, and what the long-term effects of living on Mars will be on the human body. In addition to these challenges, we also need to consider the psychological impacts of living in such an isolated and unforgiving environment. The Martian surface is incredibly harsh, with temperatures dropping to -125 degrees Celsius at night and rising to 20 degrees Celsius during the day. This will require settlers to be incredibly resilient and adaptable, and it's unclear whether humans are capable of thriving in such conditions. Despite these challenges, there have been some significant recent advancements in space travel that are contributing to the goal of Mars colonization. SpaceX, for example, has developed reusable rockets that can significantly reduce the cost of accessing space. This technology has the potential to make it much more feasible to transport people and cargo to Mars. NASA's Artemis mission is another significant development, with the goal of returning humans to the Moon by 2024 and establishing a sustainable presence on the lunar surface. While this mission isn't directly focused on Mars, it's an essential step in developing the necessary technologies and strategies for a manned mission to the red planet. In addition to these government-led initiatives, private companies like Blue Origin and Mars One are also working towards establishing a human presence on Mars. These companies are taking a more incremental approach, with the goal of establishing a permanent human settlement on Mars through a series of step-by-step missions. One major breakthrough that could be pivotal in determining the feasibility of human settlement on Mars by 2050 is NASA's Perseverance rover, which is scheduled to launch in July 2020. This rover will be the first to search for signs of past or present life on Mars, and its findings could have a major impact on our understanding of the Martian environment. The Perseverance rover will also test technologies that are critical for future human missions, such as a system for producing oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. This system, known as MOXIE, could be a game-changer for future human settlements, as it would allow settlers to produce their own oxygen rather than relying on supplies from Earth. Furthermore, the Perseverance rover will provide valuable insights into the Martian geology and environment, which will be essential for planning a human settlement. By studying the Martian surface and subsurface, the rover will help scientists to identify potential resources, such as water and minerals, that could be used to support human life. In summary, while the challenges of settling Mars are significant, recent advancements in space travel and technology are contributing to the goal of Mars colonization. The major hurdles that lie ahead include developing the necessary technology, securing funding, and ensuring that humans can adapt to the Martian environment. However, with continued investment and innovation, it's possible that we could see a human settlement on Mars by 2050. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Mars colonization in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about space exploration, be sure to check out my other videos on the topic.